Welcome back to another Switch Sports Golf Challenge. Today's day 2 of the Eagles Challenge, but day 1 of the 7 Eagles Challenge. So yesterday the goal was 6. 6 Eagles through the standard 18 holes of Switch Sports Golf. Today, we're pushing it up to 7 because we accomplished it. And it's going to be tougher. Yesterday, we had some good looking conditions. Some 0 wind holes that I did pull out eagles on, and some that I didn't. So, I left some on the table, but also just some fortunate conditions that are going to be really hard to replicate, and I don't think we'll get the same ones here. So we do see some wind on hole 1, and I need to hit these shots very carefully and try to hole out every single one that I can in order to try to make this challenge work. So the wind's going to push us a little right to left. And now the bounce may be kind of straight because the wind's going to push us a little and this green doesn't slope all that much at all. Like barely left to right in that spot. So we'll give this one a chance. Through a little bit of crosswind, will we get a good bounce? I think we will, and we'll just burn the right edge. So a very precise shot to that pin with just a tiny bit of crosswind. And the conditions are just enough to put us right outside the hole, and we won't pick up the eagle on what wasn't a difficult hole 1, but it was going to take some precision. So not my favorite pin. Even just a little bit of wind makes you need to adjust, and it throws you off a little bit sometimes. And now we'll see maximum wind on hole 2. However, not the toughest of holes and pins. So we'll use the spoon. We'll make sure we don't hit this one too far through the wind. The wind should help us get this a little push down to the hole. So we'll give that a shot. I feel like that was pretty good in this wind. Will we get a nice bounce? Will we get the roll? We'll just burn the edge, or not quite burn the edge. We were like 1 cup outside the hole. And I did see that second bounce hit the fringe, so it didn't slow down as much as it might have if it hit the green second, or even the fairway a second time. So kind of just, I hit that about the power that I wanted, and probably the power that was needed. But just some unfortunate luck in terms of making the hole-in-one on hole 2. Would have been difficult with that wind, but we'll now have to move on to hole 3. And if we're going to pick up 7 eagles, you kind of have to eagle one of the first 3, and we'll see some tougher conditions. So 9 miles an hour, right in the face. Or not right in the face, but it will be right in the face on the second shot, which is kind of the important one. And we'll have to just send that one out there. So, not the best conditions through the first 3 holes. Could have maybe picked it up on hole 1, put it real close, but now we see some stronger winds on holes 2 and 3. And that doesn't bode well for this challenge, but we'll have to just give it the best shot we can.
Nice shot.
So I'll send it through the gap in those trees. Not playing anything weird today, no fade with that headwind. And now we'll have just an upwind shot to try to give this one a chance. So it's going to push us slightly left to right. I'm going to have to hit this a little bit harder. So a little over 3 dots of power, I think, on this wedge. And then give it some backspin and try to give it a chance. So that felt pretty good. Am I going to get the bounce and the roll back? Ooh, I will. So a longer chip in on hole 3 today. The difficulty was a little bit higher than it has been in the times that I've holed it out most of the time. But we'll make it anyway. So a nice eagle on hole 3. And we've chalked 1 off the board. So 6 to go. Whew. To get 7 eagles, you might really have to pick up 2 in the first couple holes, because now, we're going to start seeing some tougher winds, most likely on the front. The back has some more eagleable holes, but it's just not going to be easy to get up to 7. We'll have to try to steal one of these. So this wind is going to push us, pretty significantly to the right, just because we're downhill and it's so strong. So even though it's not like directionally strong, the effects might be pretty strong.
Nice shot.
I'm just not sure if I got that there. Yeah, we're going to be short. So not the distance that I wanted. If that had more distance, it looked like it was on a decent line. But with that wind, I mean, this green I also fly pretty often. We saw that yesterday with 0 wind. I put it right off the back of the green. So we'll have to tap in for birdie on hole 4. So we're 5 under through 4. I mean, a pretty good round going, and we saw some tougher winds on the opening holes, unlike yesterday. But we've got one on the board, and now we have some nice wins on hole 5 here. So this bodes pretty well to get there in 2.
Nice shot.
So we'll just hit a full power drive right over the tops of those trees, well left of the pine tree. We should have no issues staying in the fairway here. And we'll have a nice shot at getting there in 2. So some fortunate wins on hole 5 for the second day in a row. Kind of one of the more important holes to have some good wind on. And I'm thinking we can actually just hit this full with the driver and give it a chance. So we may end up pushing the back of the green, but there's such a hill going up there that I don't think it'll cause too much of an issue. Yeah, we just end up almost pin high. So we could have had a chance for an albatross there if I aimed a couple more ticks to the right. And now we'll have a little side hill putt. A little scary one. That we will sink. So a tap-in eagle once again on hole 5. On a good second shot that put us nice and close. And we have 2 eagles on the board and 5 to go through 5 holes. Okay, some not unfavorable wins, but I mean, it's not going to be necessarily easy to pick up an eagle on hole 6 with this pin. But as far as this hole goes, this one might give us a better chance than usual. So I'm just going to hit that one down there well to the left and hope that we can avoid all those trees on this second shot, which we should be able to. And since this is so downhill, I'm going to want to aim this. Well, first we'll take the 7-iron and we'll aim this decently far to the right. Hopefully that'll land just left of the pin with some heavy backspin and give it a chance to come back up and in for an eagle. So we're pin hunting all the time today. Maybe not the smartest play in terms of how to play hole 6, but that's how we're going to do it today. Okay, got the spin that I wanted, and I think I got the distance that I wanted. Will we get the bounce? Oh, we clipped the pin. And the clip of the pin takes off the backspin in this game. And on a great shot, we end up 35 feet away, all the way down the hill. That's the way this game goes sometimes. So we'll have to hit this one back up the hill on an unfortunate bounce. So no stealing an eagle on hole 6 today. We'll have to make a scary birdie.
Nice birdie.
So that preserves what's a pretty good round. I mean, a birdie on 6, we're 8 under. And I mean, if I can pick up the eagles that I need, we should be on pace for a pretty good round here. So 4 miles an hour, any sort of wind makes this hole less, like, automatic. I mean, it's not an automatic hole anyway. But it just makes it that much more touchy to try to pick up the eagle here. So the move here is going to be, as I always do, leave it on that short left fairway and put it through the gap. With this wind, we can use the spoon, which is a bit more precise. And just give it a run. I mean, that's all I can really do. So about 3 dots of power. Try to land it off the rough. Okay, maybe a little more power than I wanted. And that looks like it's actually on a fairly decent line. Oh! And we'll just bounce over the hole with a little bit of wind. I mean, if that was another tick to the left, that might have clipped the pin and probably wouldn't have gone in. It wasn't on, like, a bounce trajectory. But it would have been close. However, we can just tap this down there and in for a birdie. And we're off to a good start on this round. So, I mean, the secondary goal is always to score low. And if we can pick up some eagles on the back and maybe one more on the front, I mean, 8 and 9 are never given, or really just, they're never easy in general. But we can have a chance. thinking I want to do about that with the 3-iron. That felt pretty good. That's actually on a really good line if I get the right bounce, which I will put it up and over the flag, and it just doesn't come back. So kind of a circus play there. That was kind of visually fun, though. Let's check out the replay of that one. So we bounce it well short, up and over the top of the pin, and the backspin just isn't quite strong enough to pull it back up and in. So a fun little hole 8 play. No eagle, no hole-in-one, but we'll tap in for a birdie. And I mean, we're 10 under through 8. So we've got 2 eagles on the board. The front is always harder to eagle, especially outside of the first couple holes, than the back. And we just won't have the conditions, I don't think, that we need. So maybe I'll try to hit a little bit of a fade here to counter this wind. Okay, that actually felt really good. If that's going to have a chance to hold the fairway and maybe get there in 2, that might actually be the exact shot. Okay, so I may have given this one a chance. Now we'll have to aim way over, like as far right as I safely can. And actually, we'll probably have to take some off of this driver. We'll hit that to about there. And I'll need to be, I mean, real careful with this shot. But maybe this will have a chance. Okay, I think that's about the best we can do.
Nice shot.
We'll avoid the tree. Will we get the push from the wind? Will we carry the bunker? We just will. We'll land on the green. And we'll have, oh my goodness, a fantastic putt at an eagle on hole 9. So I played that super well, and now, I mean, this is not an easy putt, and I'll have to make sure I don't blow this one. It's a little side hill, a little uphill. But we'll sink it after an intentional fade to counter the wind on the drive, leave us in the fairway. I mean, if I aimed as close to that right tree off the drive as possible and hit a straight shot, I may not have been able to hold the fairway because the wind would have pushed it way, way to the left. But with the fade, I was able to hold the fairway. We had a gap through that tree, and then taking some off of the driver, landed on the green, just like hugging that pine tree in the middle of the fairway, and we end up to about 10 feet or so and tap in for an eagle. So maybe the best I've ever played hole 9 there. And now we need to lock back in for hole 10 because we have another chance. I'm thinking this may bounce fairly straight. Maybe slightly left where I want to land it. So I'm going to play that. Try to land it about there, and hopefully we can roll up to the hole. Okay, I think I like the shot. Will we get the right bounce? We will, and we'll make another eagle on hole 10. All right, so this round is off to a fantastic start. I am playing very well today. That's our 4th eagle in 10 holes. We're 14 under par. Whew, I'm on personal best pace. We'll see some stronger wind, so maximum wind on 11 here. So if I'm going to give this a chance, I mean, I'm going to have to get lucky. 11 miles an hour is the most you can see on this one. But we'll just give it a chance.
Nice shot.
Okay, I think I like it. Will we get the proper bounce? That looks pretty good. Will we roll back down the hill? We will be on the right line, but just a little short. So no hole-in-one through the wind on 11. But we'll tap in for a birdie. And we'll move on to hole 12, where it's kind of our most, I guess, fundamental eagle play yet. You can get to that shortcut in 1 every time. You can get to the green in 2 every time. Ooh, and we'll see some maximum wind. So a different play than we saw yesterday with some lighter crosswind. I'm going to take some off of the drive just to make sure we don't end up all the way through that little fairway. Yeah, so a maximum drive may have pushed it to the rough, but we'll be just safely short of it. And I'll need to be careful here on this second shot because we're dealing with a lot more wind than we have in this challenge so far. So I'll want to take the 3 iron. Probably give it about that much power with some good backspin. And we'll try to give that a chance.
Nice shot.
That felt like a good shot. Hopefully that takes a nice bounce and doesn't go too far. Okay, that's about what I was going for. And, I mean, the albatross wasn't there. That would have been a tough one with that wind. But we'll now have a 12-foot, pretty straight eagle putt. Okay, we're going just up that hill. And we'll tap it in for an eagle. So we are now 5 out of our 7 eagles in. We're 17 under through 12 holes, which is easily the best pace I've ever had. And it's not like we've been doing it in easy conditions either. I've gotten lucky on a couple. I've gotten, you know, some good bounces. And now we'll have hole 13 here with maybe a chance. So we've got some wind pushing us from right to left. Also a good amount tailwind, so we'll be careful of that. I am trying to preserve the good round at the same time that I'm trying to make some of these shots. So we'll hopefully hold the green and yank it back. And we'll once again, on these back 9 par 3s, just not quite have the backspin that we're looking for. Granted, there's some wind today. Yesterday we saw both of those holes with 0 wind, which is a very rare situation. And I have about the same result with some tougher wind. So we'll tap in for a birdie. And we'll move on to hole 14. So another eagle opportunity on this one with a par 5. And we'll have, okay, not the worst of conditions. Kind of doable. Now, whether I want to push this one through that tree gap, I'm not exactly sure. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going for the tree gap. It just gives me the easiest chance at getting there in 2. So we'll hit a full power drive because we have some wind in the face. And I'm hoping that carries nicely through those trees just a little more. Just get to the fairway. Oh, we'll be just short of the fairway. So we'll have a tougher look to get up to this green. But I mean, not the worst. Okay, that felt okay. Will we be putting? Ugh, just a little launch. So that's not the worst spot. I mean, I didn't play this hole very well. And yeah, we'll have what would be a tougher putt. However, this might be an okay chip. If I do it right. So we'll give it a chance from just off the green. And we'll hole it out for a chip-in eagle on hole 14. So a bit of a misplay. I mean, I hit the drive a little too far right, clipped the tree. Did about the best I could, I think, with that second shot. I definitely did not want to be in the bunker. And I knew that, you know, being pin high left would be fine. If I ended up on the green would have rolled right, and that would have been a better play. So we end up just too far to the left, but we chip it in. And we now have 6 eagles on the scorecard through 14 holes. So we're off to a great start in day 2. 18 is also a very eagleable hole, depending on the conditions, so we need to get lucky with the conditions. But if I can pick up another one by holing out this one, or having some favorable conditions on hole 16, we can really make this challenge look kind of easy. Now let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's be careful with this one. So a little over 3 dots of power. And my power is feeling really good today. So I'm going to put that one almost exactly where I want. And will I roll it back and in? What? A hole out on hole 15. I am playing the round of my life in this challenge. 22 under through 15. And we have 3 to play. I think I've accomplished my goal. That was 7, right? And we have some great wind on hole 16. Oh my goodness, what is going on in this round? Okay, let's send this one just over that shortcut.
Nice shot.
That's the line that I wanted. We may clip that tree. We won't clip the tree, and we'll actually end up over the green. So, not the worst spot, but that's going to be a tougher eagle. I mean, I've been feeling the chips. I'm not sure if I'm feeling the chip here. But I mean, why not? It's going to be a tough putt. We'll give it a shot with the wedge. We'll give it a chance to roll out and in for another eagle on hole 16. And I'm now 24 under through 16 holes. Now, we saw that I started in the lobby. Like, this is random conditions. I have not played this seed. There's no way I could have played this seed. And now we'll have hole 17 with a little bit of wind in the face. I'm just going to hit a full driver, maybe a little less than full driver.
Nice shot.
Okay, that's on the line that I was looking for. Will we get a nice bounce? We'll glide and lip out. Of course we lip out hole 17.
Nice hunt.
I mean, I've never aced that one before. That was the closest I've ever come. And now we'll have a chance to tap in a or not tap in. This is going to be a 40-foot birdie. But if I make this birdie, we're on a great, great pace. Oh my goodness, okay. Let's be careful with this one. It's going to take a little over 3 dots of power just to get up there. I think I like the line. And we'll sink it. So a birdie on 17 to push my round to 25 under par. With 18 still to play, and let's see what kind of conditions we have on 18. Favorable. I mean, difficult, but favorable. 33 miles an hour, pushing us in the direction where we can go for that left island, no problem. So I'll take some off the drive just for safety purposes. I don't think it would be an issue because we do see a little bit of crosswind to it. But now we'll have a shot to hit the green in 2. And see if I can get another eagle. So I'll take the 5-iron. Probably aim it to about there. Actually, maybe I'll go a little bit further. Because the wind's really going to push that. And then hit this nice and short because the wind is really going to make it fly.
Nice shot.
Okay, that's the shot that I wanted. Looks like it's on a pretty good line. Oh, and we'll just launch kind of off the back of the green. So the launch landing wasn't the best there. And I'm thinking I'll putt this one. So we have some minor right to left action on this, I believe. We'll want to make sure we get this up that second hill. Oh, and I'll just miss it.
Nice approach.
So a just missed eagle on hole 18. Now granted, that wind on that second shot really upped the difficulty of trying to keep it on the green. I could have done a better job. I landed it in my spot and we just got that launch landing that pushed it off the back of the green, but I shot 26 under par. My personal best by a full 3 shots in this Eagles challenge, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Eagles on the scorecard when I was going for 7. And I missed one on 18, so I could have had 9. So 26 under in day 2. And I now need to... I don't know, this Eagles challenge... Do I go for 9 now? 9 seems really hard. But I guess that's what I'll have to go for. And I'll see you in another challenge tomorrow.